Okay, now it's time to go to the man and start mining, and that's what this is. I basically built a miner and we're going to send it to the man to mine the ore and then send it to the space station. I was in two minds whether to try and process the ore on the surface of the man, then send the processed ore or the fuel to the space station, but I decided this is going to be a bit harder because we're going to have to add an extra step of docking a vessel to the miner, extracting the ore, processing the ore, put it to another vessel, then to send up to the space station. So that's more of like a 3-step process. So I decided against that and built this as a all-in-one miner. So this is the miner, and since the eclipse is over, because I really enjoyed doing that filming, let's have a look at how I built this, how I designed this. Now what you want to do is make sure that you got enough Delta V to land this on the man, process the ore, make sure the ore tank is full, and then have enough to get back into orbit. That's why you see the little extra tank at the bottom, because I found out that I was a bit low on the Delta V to get to the space station. I think at 90 meters per second. And I was using the Delta V map to begin with, but for some reason I seem to use a little extra to get into orbit. So what I'm doing by here is I've already tested this without the extra tank, but I had only 90 meters per second left. Now I'm checking to see if with a full ore tank, and I had the tanks were empty on the test, or half empty, sorry. And by looking at those stats, it seems we have 1,000 meters per second. That's more than enough. I think about 800 meters per second to get into orbit, and then maybe 100 meters per second to get to the space station. So we have plenty. Houston, we have a problem. Yes, in fact, we had two problems, but let's go for the first one. Okay, when we staged to go to the man, at full thrust, for some reason, the stage would explode, and I couldn't work out why. Every test I did, and by the way, I'm using MechJeb for the burn towards the man. What I found was, the fix was to stage with MechJeb off, thrust slowly, and slowly you'd work your way out to the stage fairing. I'm not sure what was causing that, but yeah, it was strange. Anyway, let's get on our way to the man. Then we can land this sucker and maybe get some more at last. By the way, I am using MechJeb to land this miner, and that was only because I was going to take a shower at the time I was recording. So I thought I'll get a camera angle, let this record, and see how it lands. I'll probably come back and it explodes, which is normally the case. So as I am doing post-commentary for this, this is the first time I'm watching this properly all the way through. And even though I know the outcome of this, there is one thing that perplexes me, and normally MechJeb works perfectly for this, so I've set it to auto-deploy the landing legs. However, this time, it decides not to. But it does a lovely landing, I have to admit. I probably should use MechJeb more often, because my landings end with a bounce, normally. Well, okay, here's the bounce. now to deploy the solar panels and get mining. While I was doing this mining, I was talking to my friends on Discord, and I decided, let's pick a camera angle, keep it fixed, and control my Kerbal like a remote control plane. It's actually quite fun. You do get bored of it quite quickly though. Okay, so after letting Bob mine for quite a while, I realised that we do have a second problem. Okay, the thermal limit of the drills on the Maxima is 500 Kelvin, and you can see it's gone over. I haven't attached radiators to the spacecraft. So what I decided to do was build several more, bring them to the moon, do some landing sequences, you can see us landing off in the distance, and try to get awesome shots of them all clustered together. It sort of worked. This way we can mine as much ore as possible, send them one by one back to the space station where we can process the ore. And as you can notice, all the miners seem to be going down the slope very slowly. I'm not sure if there's a KSP thing or because they're mining. By the way, one of those miners which I was launching up using MechJeb, for some reason the engine's cut out and it just fell back to the ground. I have no idea why that happened. Strange things happen in this game. Okay, thanks MechJeb. I know you want to plot a course to the space station, but I don't think you want to escape the man at the same time. Right, now let's talk about my playing KSP. Now I know it's a long time between every episode, and I probably do one every week. So I was going to think of changing that up at one point, doing a sort of like shorter episodes every day, but have to work out how to do the edits because I love the style of editing I'm doing now. Perhaps I'm overusing it. Perhaps I have to do a bit of normal gameplay as well as these film type edit cuts. I suppose that's what you're going to call them. But yeah, what I've decided to do for the time being is carry on like this, work out a method of doing a couple extra more videos. And while we're on off topic, I forgot to add you guys Kerbals again. I'll have to go back and try and do that next time. Perhaps I'll do it after this episode. But in any case, I don't want to keep on playing KSP all the time on my channel. Don't worry, I will still keep on playing it. But what we will be doing is doing some Elite Dangerous, and I've already been starting it, obviously, but I might be doing a bit more of it. Also, let me know if you enjoy the music or not. I've been trying to change it up, but trying to find music that you can use which doesn't cause problems with YouTube, the algorithm, and everything is quite hard. As you probably would notice, perhaps from Matt Lone's music videos of his work, they don't do as well as his mainstream stuff. And that may be because YouTube doesn't get as much money for those videos because it got copyrighted music in it, and so they don't get as much money as well as the music companies or you would have if you monetize the videos yourself. Or if you could, in the comments below, let me know your thoughts on me doing other games, Elite Dangerous or something else in the sort of similar editing styles I'm doing by here, jump cuts, film, movie making stuff. And perhaps you could suggest that I do a narrative, a story to these videos. Anyway, let me know in the comments below.